I'm a big believer as a Christian, you gotta bring God into everywhere. We shouldn't be running away from the challenges. We shouldn't be running away from the people that disagree with us or have a different point of view, because you don't change anyone's minds if you just talk to yourselves. I've been in New York for 10 years after graduating from Princeton in 2009. I live in the West Village with my husband. I've spent the last 8.5 years working at a private equity firm here in New York that focuses on consumer retail investing. Ambition, whether it's New York or any city in particular as a young professional, is a double-edged sword. I think New York can feel a bit like a rat race. You want to be successful, you want to work hard, you want to put your head down. Sometimes how that manifests, which is dangerous, is you can be a bit myopic around what is success. Does success mean you have money? Does success mean you have a title? Like, what is that? For me, the kind of foundational element of Christ and my faith is that constant reminder that you need all of these different parts of your life to be in harmony. I think it's not an easy balance, to be clear, but it's a challenge that I think we constantly are taking on. Graduated from high school, had the opportunity to go to Princeton. Very quickly, within the first month or so of school, I had my first encounter with Christian Union. I was a freshman on the volleyball team, I was the bottom of the totem pole, and I latched on with both hands. It helped me weather a lot of challenges, first failures, not getting into things, and frankly was people to celebrate successes with and remind me to be humble and grateful. All of those things really set me up for success when I actually got to the real world. I think one of the obvious and not unfair knocks against financial services and private equity in general is they've got a reputation as the people aren't very nice, they work too hard, and they're greedy. The flip side of that, as a Christian working in finance, is what an incredible platform to influence so many people. I mean, we're working in an environment where, just to give one example, one of our companies employs 45,000 people. Getting to be in a position where you're sitting on a board, having a Christ-like example at that level of the control tower is amazing. You would not believe the number of companies that are owned by a private equity firm, were owned by a private equity firm, are going to be owned by a private equity firm, full stop. Each of those companies is catalyst for all sorts of activities that go on. It powers a lot of what is going on in terms of economic activity. And as we all know, economic activity drives political activity, and it drives a lot of influence. If we're not represented as Christians in those boardrooms, then the paradigms that Christians bring with them to anything, and the integrity and the examples and the way that faith and Christ influences all of us is not in those boardrooms. If we are not there, we do not have a voice. And if we do not have a voice, then the influence and the sphere of influence of Christian leaders is missing. The work that Christian Union does on college campuses is incredibly important. They are grabbing young people as they're beginning to develop their own perspectives, as they're leaving home, as they're trying to figure out all these complicated things, career, relationships. Influencing how young people think about those things is critical, because the collateral that they create in the world, present company included, has the power to have dramatic influence and change.